Huh? That beat. Come on. Love it. George Mason, comedian George Mason coming to you live and in full effect, baby. Uh-huh. Yes. Just wanted to talk about my show the other night, Keeping It a Buck podcast. Yeah, it was all good. A little long. We did a little bit over 2 hours. When I said we, myself and Star, the entertainer. Yeah. So yeah, it was our second episode, and yeah, we just gotta tweak it a little bit, tighten it up, get the topics and the whole nine, but and get into a nice little groove, a nice flow. But I just want to thank the people that came on uh, to view it, to watch it, that was in the chat in the room with us at the time, and thankful for them and a lot of questions they had. We got over 109 comments or something like that. You know, a lot of back and forth and some good vibes, some good stuff. And we're learning. We're finding each other. We're finding our place. And like I said, it's only the second episode, and Star is doing her thing. She's finding her niche and finding her groove, which is a good thing. And she's a terrific comedian. She's new to the game, but she's learning. She makes the rounds. She gets out there, and that's what's up. So yeah, so we're only gonna get better. Oh, for sure. We just get the topics in hand, have it in place, and a lot of input. Though we had a lot of input. You're talking about mental health, relationships, and sometimes I could get a little carried away to some extent as far as me. Hey, listen, I've lived a lot, so I've got a lot to offer to bring out. And sometimes instead of just taking my time and going slow with it and just laying it out, you know, uh, I tend to bunch everything together, and I don't want to forget something. Instead of just coming back to it, I was, go there and say what I shouldn't say at that time for not forgetting, for not wanting to forget. But you know what? Like I said, I'm learning as well. I'm still learning. Yeah, there's no question about it. And as I just mentioned, we will get better. There's no question about that. And I played that, I have to check with this brother. I had him and his wife on, Jared and Davina, and they had some really interesting music and their approach to it. Jared is actually a pastor as well, but I have to check with him, and I want to play a song by his wife when I had her on, Davina, Lady D, and see if it's okay. But yeah, it was some stuff that I had played with Tim Yoakley's his song called "Bring 'Em Home." Huh? Give it up for Tim. Very lyrical, and it says a lot of good stuff, a lot of positive stuff. And of course, Eddie O'Jays said it all. One of my favorites. I love that song, and another terrific lyricist, and he's also in the rap lane as well. He does his gospel stuff, and he's just a pure lyricist. He can just write anything, I believe, and a very talented brother. And we've got some upcoming shows. I got Sedan, the God of Sound. I just had him on the George Mason show, and he had some new music that I highlighted and showcased. But this time I think he's calling it the Lost Album or something, and he wants to showcase it, and it'll be like with Star-Lyte. I don't know, first time interviewing him, whatever, but I'm going away at football camp, I got my friend, my good friend. He's a high school coach, a varsity coach, varsity head coach at Jamaica High School, and they got a new field, a new scoreboard, and they coming up with lights. It's beautiful for the work that they're doing now. They're almost finished. I think they'll be opening up the season with it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm leaving with them. We're going Sunday. I'm going Sunday, I think, through Thursday, and then to let Star have the helm. I'll probably set it off. Get in touch with her, and then I do a little, you know, share the podcast, the link, share the link, and then I think she's gonna have Lot Picasso on. Huh? Give it up for Lot. Let her interview Lot this coming Wednesday. That'll be the what is that? The 26th. So yeah, they'll set that off and they'll get it together. And Lot Picasso, he's another terrific lyricist. And he's good with that AI. He does a lot of stuff with that. I'll put some graphics up and we go from there. But yeah, I'll be upstate, for a few days with camp. Coach G back and doing his dizzle in full effect. Getting the backs and the quarterbacks and stuff, especially teams, get the quick feet and get them ready for the season. That's my forte. That's what I do, huh? Yeah, because I was a baller. I'm an athlete and stuff. I played the football, the basketball. Football is shake and bake, as that was my moniker when I played. Shake and bake, doing his thing. 3 touchdowns, 2 extra points in the quarterfinal game. And hey, Mason. What else? Let me see. Yeah, that's me in the right, toting that rock. You know what I'm saying? Mason PSAL King. Yes, that was me, huh? With doing my little football thing, getting it on, and yeah, I'm proud of that. I also was as basketball. That's me right there, huh? Yeah, at Parsons Junior High School, and yeah. But you know what? As time goes on, and these are good, for memories and stuff like that. It feels good, that you can have these memories and stuff that you've been through, huh? And yeah, so yeah, I'm a comedian now. I'm also a football coach. I'm also an official, believe it or not. How about that? How can he be a coach and an official at the same time? A referee. I adjudicate games, yes. So I do that. Uh, you know what? Because football is in my blood, it's in my life. I've been uh, 8 years old, nine, 10, out there as a kid, as a pup. But it stayed with me. And actually, as an official, to be honest with you, I'm actually learning the game from a whole different perspective now. And it's different. I even like as a coach, certain things that you don't know, you know, at the officials. That's why the officials, the reps and stuff, they're going back and forth with the coaches. Is the coaches have a certain posture, not that they know it all, anything, but some of the referees think they know it all or have a better handle than the coaches and stuff. So they battle, they go at it, they go back and forth. But yeah, so yeah, I'm new to the officiating game, and but you got to be in shape for that. I ain't gonna front. Getting up and down that field, and depending on what if you're on the wings, right? Then you have the referee who's the boss who calls the game, the white hat. They make the decisions and they can overturn a call and stuff like that. Then you have the umpire. Umpire is back of the defense, and his job is just get out of the way when these cats are coming through the line, and you can make calls. But I learned that from the umpire spot, they can't call touchdown or whatever. They have to let the wings call that, or the referee or the white hat. You just look and watch. Of course, you can throw the flag if there's a penalty from what you see. and they key on certain positions. I didn't even know that jumped off as an official that you did that at times. But yeah, that is you have to tackle, guard, back, like depending on what position that you're at as a wing umpire, then a referee, your guard. You have to make sure the count. It's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot. We have the playbooks. We have training sessions every Thursday and go over thoroughly the rule books. And like I said, it's fascinating. It's more detailed and intricate than the coach. I mean, the coaches, with the plays, and you have to have the assignments. You have to know what it goes, your ABCs, as they say. There's a tricky word that they use to put it out there. But yeah, you have to know your stuff. In other words, and the head coach, my boy, he oversees that, a lot of paperwork, make sure that everybody has got their camp consent, and the physicals and all that other stuff, all the paperwork. But he's good. He's thorough with that. A couple of years ago, he was in the championship over at against Grady, and so it was a close game, and we didn't win it. But this year, uh, the numbers are on our side. We don't have too many seniors coming back, but the numbers are there, and so we'll see. We'll see. We'll work them up. We coach them up, and we'll see what we got. But here on this podcast on keeping it a buck, let me see if I have the signs, the logos, and I got to get everything in order for Star-Lyte for her stint. There it is, keeping it a buck. George Mason and Star-Lyte, uh, and to see how she does with I guess this week, Lot Picasso. But yeah, I keep the big one up there, keeping it a buck. And I was trying something different to have call-ins. I have two numbers where the guests could call in. But we've been doing okay so far without it for the first two eps. We had, like I said, a lot of input in the chat, on the chat, where they were, voicing their opinions, what they felt about, especially with that mental issue uh, statement or what came up, and that, and then the relationship to go back and forth, and because relationships, as you know, can get tricky, and then we talked a little bit about the transgen. It's just a lot of topics that we breach. We go, and so I think maybe that's why it was 2 minutes, 2 hours and 12 minutes. That's long. It's a long spot, and people hung out with us, man. And more props to them, and Karen, and uh, Eddie O, Eddie OJ, Tim, and just our regular crew, and we appreciate them, and on the back end, you're getting more views, and that's where if you can't view in, can't tune in on the regular show, you come and watch the copies. We're streaming live from Facebook and YouTube as well, huh? And Instagram, and I got to get that together as well. The YouTube stream. I don't know if that would be more beneficial because stars people. I can't come to Facebook because you know it was my channel, right, from the George Mason show. So my fans and my friends can only come in, through Facebook. It's just one of those deals, one of those situations. But through they come through YouTube, then everyone, can comment. So, but as I say, it's only the second ep, and I'll figure it out. I'll work it out, and we'll get that together. But yeah, so Star will be with Lot Picasso this week, and then in September the 8th, I think it is. I'll be back with Sedan, the God of Sound. He's got more original stuff. He's dope lyricist as well, and he's got a plethora. Uh, Alexa, what does plethora mean?
Plethora means an overabundance or excess of something, usually used with of.
Okay, thank you. Um, it's all good. He's
Happy to help.
no doubt. Yeah, that's Alexa. She's my assistant, my ever ready and handy assistant. She's great. And I'll tell you, so yeah, I got Sedan, the God of Sound, and yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. So I just wanted to come out and say that. I wanted to thank everybody that tuned in on Wednesday for that long show. When you go along sometimes and the topics are interesting, the discussion is lively, and I know this generation, the way these podcasts are, you got so much content with the TikToks and Snapchats and the whole nine, the Instagram. Nobody really, and look, it's like to tune in for any longer than, a hot minute, 5 minutes or something like that. I was told the attention span of adults was only 4 to 5. I was shocked to hear that, but hey, it's just so much going on. You don't want to miss nothing. You feel me? So I get it. So to have enough bravado or cojones, if you will, to stay out there for 2 hours, that's a lot of like, yo, to see if people will hang in you, but we didn't do it to be spiteful, to be like, oh, let's see, like who's is going to be there for that long. Nah, we was just, talking about the issues, about the topics at hand, whatever came to mind, and stars getting used to me the way the moves, my moves and stuff like that. She told me at one point, "You all over the place," and I was, because I said I want to get everything. I want a little point. I'm talking, but I'm thinking as well. I said, "Oh, shit, let me add that. Let me throw that in there." Sometimes I'm like, yo, and I looked back at it, the show. I said, "Damn, what the fuck?" But I said it, I did it, and then but I know why I said it at that point. But outside of that, people, what the fuck is he talking about? Hey, it all ties in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. But yeah, so tune in for Keeping It a Buck podcast. And like I said, we're gonna get it together. We're gonna bump it up and move it to another platform, take it to another level. But we're going slow with it. We're going slow. We're getting some feeders out there and to see what's what. And it's all good. So far, so good. Knocking on wood. Okay. Yeah, knocking on wood with that. But thank you for tuning in, and thank you um, for being privy to come and see us, and we're thankful for that. Star-Lyte and myself, and I'm George Mason, comedian George Mason, huh? And I'll play you out of here, baby. Have a great rest of your night and a fabulous weekend, huh? Come on. Uh-huh. I love this beat. I play myself in, I play myself out. Keeping it buck. George Mason and Star-Lyte, the entertainer. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Come on. Uh huh.